Hello friends and welcome to the Gamer Down. This is your host, Darkhosis, and today I'm bringing you Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. If you're a Modern Warfare fan, I know you've already got this game. It came out about 2 days ago. This review, it's for people who are maybe on the fence about this game, and there's been a lot of bad press about this game for some reason, and the way I do my first look reviews here, I play the game for a couple of hours, and then I'll put some footage together, about 15-20 minutes worth of footage, to give you some of the basics of the game. There's people out there who have entire channels devoted to Call of Duty, and if you're looking for more in-depth and expert advice, then you should check out one of those channels, because I will be the first to admit I'm no Call of Duty expert. I am a huge fan of the series. I'm a huge fan of Call of Duty and Modern Warfare. I've been playing it since number one, and I've always loved each and every one of them. And it's a AAA title. They are masters of the Warfare series, and they've brought Warfare games to the pinnacle. When they make a Call of Duty game, they go to the bases and they talk to the real people who do these types of missions in real life. So anyway, the game starts right where Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 ends, and you're basically just a shell of what you were. If you remember the end of Call of Duty number 2, you were basically shot to pieces, and they're dragging you into the hospital here. There's many war fronts you'll be fighting in Call of Duty. There's Manhattan, and then you'll be fighting like underwater, and you'll be fighting in a submarine, you'll be fighting in buildings. There's all types of environments, and they've brought all the bells and whistles that they've had in the prior Call of Duty games, and then some, such as the drones and all those good things that we all love.
The Russian jamming rigs have neutralized our air support. As long as they maintain air dominance,
one of the biggest selling points for Call of Duty is the multiplayer, and I'm just showing the single player aspect because we all know about the multiplayer. It's badass, it's awesome. It's the pinnacle for all online shooters. They all strive to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Every modern day shooter, you'll notice the evolution as how they're all evolving into Call of Duty. And with the one thing about Call of Duty is it's very heavily scripted, and the replayability of Call of Duty is pretty low. The single player, at least, you'll play through it one time, and that'll be about it. You'll see what I mean. Let me show you a little of the scripting here.
Get switched on. We gotta move now. Meters north. We'll leg it from here. Let's go. Brakes, truck, you up? We're good.
As far as scripting goes, nobody does a better job of it than Call of Duty. It's one of the reasons so many first-person shooter games are becoming more and more heavily scripted. Which has its good points and its bad points. Originally, first-person shooters were not scripted barely at all. You had multiple paths to one objective, and in all modern day first-person shooters, they're all very heavily scripted. But for a game like Call of Duty, it works. It has to be done this way. There's no other way it can be done except to heavily script these really awesome scenes, such as the vehicle just driving in here and exploding. You can't do that unless it's scripted. That's the only way. But, the only drawback is it really kills the replayability. You know exactly what's going to happen each time you play the game. So, that relies on the multiplayer part of Call of Duty. This game is pretty expensive. It's like $60. And if you're not into the multiplayer, you're really, not going to get a whole lot of value for your money. You're going to play through Call of Duty one time, and another drawback of Call of Duty also is it's pretty short. Because it's such a high quality game, it would take forever to make it, really, really long. So it is, kind of short, on the short side, but that's to be expected with the level of quality. As you can see, this game has amazing graphics, amazing sound. It's been completely bug free for me. I've been getting solid FPS through the entire game. I mean, not a drop anywhere. I mean, it's been like 60 FPS the entire game. It's been wonderful. And while I've been talking, the first mission has been playing in the background. The enemy is the Russians, once again. I thought we settled things with the Russians a long time ago, but obviously not. If you recognize this place, you're on Wall Street, and this is the New York Stock Exchange. And, who could beat having a big gun battle in the middle of the stock exchange, What's better than that? I really think EA went, the extra mile to try to make this, Modern Warfare 3 even more interesting than Modern Warfare 2. The 2 hours I've played so far have been just nothing but pulse-pounding, action-packed, adventure. It's been great. I mean, you will quit a mission and you'll feel like, wow, I've had that experience over and over with every single mission. You're just like, damn, man, I can't believe I just made it through all of that. And this is only on normal difficulty, and there's several levels of difficulty. Another thing I would like to speak about is the weapons. All the weapons are based on real weapons, and they go the extra limit to make them as realistic as possible, and they do a damn good job of it. I've shot weapons similar to these, and you get that really good visceral feeling, such as this with a grenade gun here. Yeah, you can really beat some real ass with this thing, and you really feel that feeling, that you're really tearing things up when you have such powerful weapons. It's awesome. It's great. And plus there's a ton of enemies to kill, so can't beat that either. And not only do the weapons feel realistic, there's a wide variety of weapons. I'm only 2 hours into this game, and I've already used 2 drones, this grenade gun here, did, a little bit kind of a sniping, there's a little bit of a scope on this regular gun here. And I'm sure that later on there's always usually a sniper mission. I've already drove a boat. I've did all this within the first 2 missions. It's just like action friggin' packed. As you see, and there's also all this stuff going on in the background that makes these games so realistic and brings it to life. You have the explosions, you have the helicopters crashing in the background. That's one thing, like if you've ever watched war documentaries, that's one thing they always talk about. They always talk about how friggin' loud real combat is and real war is. It's just deafening. And here you get to use the Predator drone for the first time. And you saw this in the prior Call of Duty games. And, who couldn't love this damn thing, You've all seen this before, and who couldn't love it? You use the Predator drone to take out that helicopter. Yeah, pretty friggin' awesome. These things are used in real life. The Predator drones and all of these modern weaponry. And like I said before, Call of Duty does the best they can to completely reproduce these weapons as much as they can. And they do a damn good job of it. I can't believe people are knocking this Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. People have been knocking it on several forums, and I have no understanding as how they could knock it. They obviously haven't played it, and they just want to freaking knock this game, you go from using a Predator drone, now I'm in a helicopter clearing rooftops with a minigun. And this, I moved from this into a huge plane crash, helicopter crash, and I'm shooting down other helicopters. It's just constant friggin' action. How could you not like this? Unless you're just some really sedate person and don't like action movies and don't like action type games, then maybe you're not going to like it. Maybe you're just into role-playing games, but wow, you know, this game really, really gives you that adrenaline rush.
Enemy mortars down! Good work! Primary entry point is open. Stay tight.
As I mentioned before, you will be experiencing several different types of environments, and you get to experience some of the awesome items that the Navy SEALs and Delta Force and Green Berets get to use, such as these self-propelled little scooters that they use. I always wanted to use one of these in real life. They always look so awesome. And basically what you do on this second mission here is you plant a bomb on a submarine, you know, just like the Navy SEALs would do. Yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty cool. The steering on this is a little hard to get used to, but after you do it a couple of times, yeah, you get the hang of it. I must admit, I did die and ran into the propellers a couple of times trying to film this. But all in all, you know, it's really, really cool how they bring all these things together. You know, if you notice here, we're in the subway system of New York. Yeah, we're scuba diving, and we're planting bombs on submarines in the middle of friggin' New York. You know, that's very creative. You know, I really feel like EA, you know, has went the extra mile, and the creators of Call of Duty have gone the extra mile to keep the entire game just pulse pounding and action packed. I've not been bored one iota of a second playing this game. I love it. You know, I love it, and I'm sure that I'll probably get into the multiplayer part as well. As far as the single player part goes, it's a masterpiece. You know, you really cannot knock it. And like I said, you know, you're experiencing all these different environments, and it's really cool. Just watch this scene here.
Hatch opening! Contact coming out of the hatch! Frag out! Clear, head down. Outside. Hatch secured, head down. Sweeping clear. All unknowns are hostile. Rendezvous downstairs. Frost, punch it! This is launching! Keep up with that Zodiac! Got it! Missiles coming in! Keep on going, Frost! Look out! Shoot the mines!
Now, I didn't want to talk through that, just so you could see just, you know, how exciting and pulse pounding this game is. You know, who couldn't get amped up, you know, going and running from ships that are firing at you, you know, and you're trying to escape and explosions going off all around you. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Anyway, like I said, you're fighting in many different environments. There's street battles such as this, which were quite difficult. You know, the AI is very advanced for Call of Duty. Here's another one of the drones that I got to use. This is a little land-based, kind of what you'd see like a bomb squad would use or something, you know. It's a little land-based tractor with a little minigun on it and a grenade launcher. Yeah, it's pretty cool, you know. You can just plow through anything, including helicopters. So, what to say about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3? Besides, it's a masterpiece. You know, it's a AAA title. It's, to me, worth all the money just for the single-player aspect of this game. For me, $60 for the amount of quality that they bring to this game, you know, it's completely worth it to me. But maybe you're different. Everybody has a different value for their dollar. If you're probably not into the multiplayer part, chances are you might feel a little gypped off, you know. So, anyway, my opinion, you should probably go get this game. I'm glad I got it, and I will be playing it until the weekend at least. Yeah, that's when I have my Star Wars The Old Republic beta access. So anyway, this has been Darkhosis for the Gamer Down. I hope you've enjoyed this look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. An excellent game.
There he is! There's Yuri!
Good, we'll need him. We're going after Makarov.
Who the bloody hell's Yuri?